Good evening, everybody. Please let me know if I'm coming in loud and clear. I know my audio was a little weird last time. Also, if you see any stream hiccups, let me know too, because my computer's being a little odd. But anyway, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. Before we start the game, and before I thank all these people, I promised you guys, we hit 1,000 subscribers. Yay! So thank you guys for supporting the channel. We hit a very significant milestone for us. If you don't know the history of the Adventure Archive, well, we used to be part of it's kind of a weird, long history where I think it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago we started. And started with actually 5e. And then I started running games. Merkborg was the first game I ran on stream. And then Ryan started the Weekly Scroll podcast, and it was kind of this weird brand issue, and so we basically split the channels, and so then I took all the content and put it on my own channel, and so we had to kind of rebuild up that following again, which sucked because, I mean, I remember our Dragonbane, I think our Dragonbane first episode was like over 20,000 subscribers, so it was, or not, 20,000 views, so we lost all that stuff, which sucked. But we are rising to the top again, thanks to you guys. And as a thank you, we're going to give away a book or starter set or whatever the hell you guys want, because what we're going to do right now, and I have a little image you guys are going to see on the screen. The players aren't going to see it because I had to add it as an OBS icon or image unless they're watching the stream too. But I'm going to bring it up, and it's everybody who commented on the community post, and I just asked you guys, what did you think? Like, what's your favorite moments on the channel, or just say anything at all, or like what you guys would like to see as well. So I'm gonna go down the list. You guys should see it now on the screen, and I know some of you guys who entered are on the stream right now. So I'll go down. I'm gonna read all the comments because you guys have some great comments, and then you'll see I have a number associated to every single comment. And so what we're going to do is live here, we're going to roll and see who wins. Whoever gets the magical dice roll is going to be the winner. So Jazz Rink, he says, Joey wants me to get the Conan book. Yeah, Conan. So just as a reminder, you guys, I covered myself up with the image. Any game we've played on the channel. So Merkborg, Death in Space, of course, Dragonbane, and all of the iterations therein. The new game that Matt's running, the One Ring starter set, any book too. So if you already own Dragonbane, but you're like, man, I want Path of Glory, it can be that, it can be the Bestiary, it can be Conan, like we just saw in the chat. We ran that once, even though we haven't run it, the final version ourselves. But anyway, we'll work all that stuff out. Just know it's a pretty broad selection of games you guys get to choose from. The lucky winner. So I'll start at the top, and this one's from Patrick, the very first comment. By the way, these are the order in which they were commented. So Patrick does not have a number because I'm going to give him a book regardless, because he's been an amazing supporter of this channel. Always watching our streams, always updating the Dragonbane systems based on our feedback and our blunders. So Patrick, thank you as always, man, for everything you do. I'll DM you on the side. I know you're on our server, so I'll DM you and we'll figure it out. But I'm going to read his comment anyway. He says, congratulations. His favorite moments are, number 1, the morning of Magnus. That was a good one. That was a very sadly poetic moment we've had recently on the channel, because we often don't lose characters. So his second one is Matt's casting. Jess, you're going to have to help me here. What is Kotsar? Swedish?
Kotsar? I don't know. Oh, was that the one where he was... oh my god, it was like...
It was like healing. It was like a healing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Matt's, if you guys don't remember, he played Darrow amongst a couple of other characters in the channel way back. The last one is... being called out every episode. Well, you're being called out yet again. So thank you, Patrick. We'll chat soon about what I'm going to send you all the way to Sferia. Okay. Next comment, number 1. This is from Fat Millip. So, if you guys don't know, we used to play games with this guy. Haven't played in a while, but he used to play on the Adventure Archive stream actually back in the 5e days. But he says, hands down, the Bestiary Boys Frog People episode, specifically Joey's mom's nightmare fuel artwork, can never unsee those frog nipples. Yeah, that was a fun one. So thanks, Matt. You are number 1. So moving down the list, we got Daniel Ruiz. And he says, looking forward to seeing Dragonbane Trudvang content. We are too. We're definitely going to run the campaign on the channel as soon as it comes out. More or less anyway. Maybe a little bit early, because Free League is telling us that we're going to get the books early, or the PDFs early. So we'll just have to see how done it is by the time we get those beta PDFs, and if it's worthwhile. So you guys may see it before the actual retail release. And then let's see. Oh yeah, by the way, Trudvang finally unlocked its final stretch goal. So that is the booklet printing of the adventure that they were going to include in PDF form. So they've hit over $1 million USD, and then what is the Swedish one? It was like 10 million, if I remember right. Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So thanks, Daniel, for the comment. Stay tuned for some Trudvang. The next guy is it's Gregor Hawk 2396, I believe. He says, I want to see your Dragonbane thoughts about third-party content, rules, or adventures that you use. If you use none of these, then do a series review of Dragonbane Discord content, or sorry, Dragonburn Discord content, top 3 places. So that's a good idea, Joey. We can talk about stuff like that as like a little secondary segment.
I'm currently reading a third-party book.
Oh, you are? That's right. Which is pretty cool. So you're going to review that at some point in the future.
Yep.
But yeah, if you guys don't know the Dragonburn, it's there's the main Dragonbane Discord server has, I think it's a monthly contest, and I entered it once way back when it started. Didn't win, of course, but they have like topics where design creatures or design locations or whatever it might be. So that's what he's referring to. So next comment, I think he's still here in the chat. It's Jazrick Elf Song 75. He says, I loved your Conan the Hyborian Age one shot, and I'm hoping to see more of the Conan in the future. No pressure, Joey. Joey's going to be running that. We got the books. He's prepping as we speak. Well, not as we speak, but in the background.
Yeah, it's going to be Conan as hell. We're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, Joey, I mean, we've talked a lot, and Joey's a big Conan fan. He's read all the short stories. So it's going to be Conan. Not 2026 Conan, but like Conan. Robert E. Howard Conan. Okay, so the next one is from the Limalicious, I think. He says, it would be cool to see a series on the different schools of magic now that the Book of Magic is almost complete. What role did the school play in your setting? What can you actually do with the spells? What kind of character would you make for the school? What kind of NPC? What kind of adversary? Yeah, so I just got the beta 3 PDF. It's not final, but it's close to final. They're going to go to print very soon. So it's more complete than ever. So we'll probably start going through that. And then I guess I'm just thinking maybe a video per School of Magic, maybe, with thoughts. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let us know what you guys want to see. And then what else we got here? Another. Oh wait. He said also, I really like the Bestiary Boys behind the screens videos, and I'm looking forward to the Arcane campaign. Another thing that Joey has to worry about.
Me too. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
All right. Next comment is from Bass J. I don't know. 313. I'm really loving Behind the Screen and the Dragonbane adventure since I just started running that campaign. Well, cool. Glad those are useful. Those are really fun to revisit and give our commentary on. The next one is from Emargold. Love how the Bestiary series as well as the Behind the Screen of Dragonbane. Guess my favorite video is the Goblin Bestiary entry since I'm a big fan of Goblin fan myself. Congratulations on the 1K. So Joey's also a massive Goblin guy. Edit. Also love the fan art showcase of every Bestiary entry. By the way, Medusa is going to be the next episode, guys. So submit stuff. Okay, next comment. We're getting all, I swear, we're almost done, guys. Grimbald the Vindictive. I like that username. Loving behind the screen, the Bestiary Boy stuff. It's given lots of ideas how to approach things. Cool. Well, I'm glad you guys like it. I think we've kind of fallen into the long form commentary content, more podcast centric stuff, which is a lot of fun versus like the, you know, whiz bang kind of editing stuff that you often see on YouTube. Also, I'd like to see your take on Vassin. Well, Joey has been running Vassin, I believe, at his local shop. So
it's been a blast.
Something. Yeah.
By the way, Jason,
yeah,
that was an elegant way of saying we don't know how to stay on topic when we do our episodes.
People seem to be okay with it.
Podcast.
Yeah, people seem to be okay with it so far, because our last episode for Behind the Screen was actually, I think, one of our biggest ones yet, and it was feature film length, as we like to call it. It was
what I say, you could have watched 13th Warrior.
Yeah, you could have watched 13th Warrior. Okay, next comment is from Das ist Verboten 15. You have the best Dragonbane content out there. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Happy for hitting 1,000. Us too. Looking forward to a behind-the-screen look at Arkand when the book officially releases. Yeah, I guess we'll do that. Probably after the campaign, though, because otherwise I'd spoil myself as a player. So that'll have to wait a little bit. We also did get a request for doing the solo adventure. So Joey might have to talk about how to figure out how to do that. Okay, Sam Dark, who used to join the streams, he can't, unfortunately, because of work, it sounds like. But he says, congrats on the growth of the channel. Really missed the attending the streams. Well, thanks, Sam. Glad you're still here. And okay, last comment, Amerison. He's also an old school viewer back from the Twitch days before we were on YouTube. He says, I still go back and watch the Victor's Asshole video now and again when I need a good laugh. Jessica knows. Yeah, for those of you not in the know, just go look for Victor's Asshole on our... It's still on the channel. I migrated it over.
Don't Google it. Just search in YouTube.
Yeah, it's actually a cut from our old 5e campaign, actually. We played the Dark Kingdoms. Ryan ran that one, where we all played evil characters. Okay, that's everybody.
Oh, I have one thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't Kotsar. I just have to clarify this for all the Swedish viewers because they're going to be laughing at us. It was Shutsor.
Shutsor, that's right, because their K's are a sh sound, right?
Well, sometimes.
Oh,
I think.
So it's as ruleless as English then, huh?
But yeah, that meant flesh wound, I guess.
Flesh wound, yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, he's healing a flesh wound. I remember that, damn.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to roll a random die. Well, we're going to roll a die, a D11, which, of course, does not exist except in Foundry. Do you guys want me to roll it? Do you guys want to roll it? What are you thinking?
You roll it, but make sure you roll a
RD11.
A 4, apparently.
A 4?
Yeah,
okay, so whatever number I roll on this magical mystical D11 is going to be the winner of any book any game book we've run on the channel. So here we go.
Oh boy.
Okay, 3. I don't know why the dice didn't come up on the screen, but that is for Gregor. Did I get it right? Gregor Hawk 2396. Congratulations. You won a copy. I'm not sure if you're on our Discord server, but email us. If you are, you can DM me on there, or email us at archivistofadventure@gmail.com, and let me know what you guys want, or what you want anyway. So now it's time to move on to the game. I'll hide this and we'll get started. By the way, I know you don't hear Ducky at all. He's not with us, unfortunately. You don't see him either, but you never see him. But he is not going to be here, so if we get into combat, we'll figure it out. Anything in the comments I need to catch up on before we get going? Karen seconded it. I know. I think Joey even mentioned Karen seconded it. Joey wants to run all the games. He always mentions all these games he wants to run.
I do. It's therapeutic for me.
Yeah, Karen was pretty fun. Need an official ruling on the magic school spell. Yeah, that's right. We do. Okay. All right, let's get going, guys. Okay, so last time you guys were still making your way north to the old barrow to seek out treasure, based on the information and also the guidance of Falundris and Ivil, these two gentlemen you met at the Hungry Hobgoblin. And you ran into three women that you determined were probably not alive.
Yeah.
Had a brief encounter, a conversation with them, and then they were on their way. And then you proceeded further north and noticed some strange glowing, some strange sounds. It almost sounded like singing, humming, coming from the forest to the east. You went to go investigate. Dagwood, first and foremost, alone, and he became just hypnotized, transfixed by what he saw, which was what you guys see now on the screen, a giant glade of bioluminescent, well, not a giant glade, but a glade of giant bioluminescent mushrooms. And he just felt right at home. He laid down underneath one of them, the fireflies and then the other little glowy things just flowing around him, covering him almost like a blanket. And then it was Virgil, Gwydion, and Brine who followed, leaving the two guys out to, I guess, watch the horse and look for a place to camp. And Virgil went in, seemed to be unfazed by whatever was phasing Dagwood, and started collecting some of the fungal growths at the bed of the glade, seemingly unaffected whatsoever. And then finally, Gwydion decided to step into it, and he failed his constitution check.
What?
Or do you want to push it? You can still push it if you like.
No.
Wait, can you? You can't push constitution checks, can you? Or can you? I don't even see your...
I don't know. I wasn't going to anyway because it's more interesting if I don't.
Meanwhile, I believe Brine is kind of just hiding in the forest, in the darkness of the forest, right at the edge. She has not quite entered yet.
I thought I remembered we tied rope around somebody, maybe me.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Oh,
Yeah, because I think Brine is on my horse.
That was right.
Because in case something happened, I could be pulled out, or someone could be pulled out. It has been what, a week?
Yeah.
Oh man. It's been a long week,
It's
guys.
been a long time, but not that long. Okay, so who has the other end of the rope then? Is it Brine? Is it tied to a tree? Like, what's the situation?
It's tied to the horse.
Oh, tied to the horse. Oh, you brought the horse inside. Sorry.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay, so it is tied to the horse. How long is this rope, by the way?
Let me see. Let me look at my inventory.
Rope length? I'm just curious how
30
far
feet?
you're going to go. 30 feet?
Is it? I think that they're 30 feet.
It might be in meters.
I have
if you
40
like, right?
feet of rope total.
40 feet of rope. Okay. So are you just going to kind of go out into the 40, like...
Oh, 40
what?
meters. Sorry.
Oh, 40 meters?
I have 40 meters of rope. It says
Wow.
rope hemp 10 meters. I have 4 of them. So we'll say let's say we tied 2 of them together. I don't think we needed all 40 meters.
Okay, so I'm going to say
Rope.
20-ish meters.
20
of rope.
meters.
So I guess what is Gwydion's plan as he strikes out into this glade? Let me unpause the game too.
Well, I would say Gwydion was going probably towards Dagwood to see what's going on with him, try to get him up.
Yeah, so when you walk into this glade, you spot Dagwood lounging underneath one of these giant mushrooms that's taller than you. And you feel this just sensation of contentment come over you. Basically, anything about your mission and the rest of your companions kind of just... It's a very distant thought. It's still there. It's still lingering, but it's distant.
Right.
For you right now, yeah, you're kind of tired. You feel like having a seat, just basking in the glow of the mushrooms and the perfect weather that's just all around you right now, as these fireflies and spore-like things kind of are just floating in the air.
So I'm kind of like I'm enchanted slightly.
Yes.
Can you roll me? Yeah, I'm the GM now.
You want to see what something else happens, maybe?
Yeah, can you roll me the yes/no die? If it's a yes, he's gonna untie the rope off of him. Like he's just kind of chill. Like, oh, this is uncomfortable.
Okay.
If it's a no, he doesn't think about it and leaves it on. But I want to leave it up to chance. I don't know if Gwydion does this.
Yes/no die coming up. You can get yours at Runehammer Games Online. There's no sponsorship here. I just like their stuff. Okay, here we go. You guys can see it on stream. It's a no.
Okay. So then Gwydion kind of takes a seat. He just sits down, legs crossed, applesauce, like he's about to listen to a story.
Okay. And are you by Dagwood? You're kind of like hanging out by him?
Yeah. Maybe I even start petting him.
Yeah, you guys are free to talk. You're not like in some kind of daze. You know, you have your faculties. It's just you feel drowsy and very content, not wanting to leave where you are whatsoever.
Hey, Dag.
So, Dagwood begins like purring loudly.
You doing all right?
I hope he starts kneading him. Gwydion.
Yeah, Dagwood just kind of like lazily like looks over at you, like his head kind of lolls over, and he's like, "Yeah, yes." And then he kind of just like his eyes roll back, and he just is like laying, like almost like he's like in a warm bath.
Perhaps we should camp. We should camp here.
I don't think we should ever leave. I've never felt this peaceful before. I don't remember anything else, just this.
Gwydion will turn to see Brine and Bellator and Virgil, and he'll tug the rope. He'll be like, "Get in! The mushrooms are fine."
He looks up at you, like as you do this, like this movement catches his eye, and he kind of like his hand goes up and he kind of like bats at the movement of your yeah, and then he reaches up and he like motions you to like come closer, and if you lean down your head a little bit,
he does.
He starts like flicking up your eye patch, like he just starts like messing with it. What's this for?
Oh, he lifts it up, and you can see there's no eye where it normally would be. He is legit missing his eye. He's like, "Oh, this old wound. Demon took it out.
Can I borrow that?"
Yeah. He pulls the eye patch off. Hands it over to Dagwood.
Dagwood puts it on and just like goes back to laying there.
So, Brine, what are you doing right now? You're seeing all this. You're hearing it. You're within earshot. I guess Bellator. I guess that's up to you, Gwydion. Would Bellator just hear your command and enter the glade, or
could we hear him?
Roll for it? Yeah, you can hear. You can hear everything.
I would say roll for it. She's a smart military horse. She probably knows danger when she sees it. But a good deal cutting in, because this could have been an hour and a half of me and Matt just pretending we were.
Yeah, I can just go on and on about this.
So yeah,
well, you can. I just don't want. Yeah, we'll see what Brine does, and then you guys can kind of.
I don't think you want that.
You don't want it. Nobody wants it.
No.
All right, so I guess first maybe we should roll for Bellator.
Yeah.
See what she does. So how do you want to determine that? Because she doesn't really have any stats.
She does not have stats. You're absolutely right.
Do you want it to just be like a yes/no, or do you want it to be like a 50-50, or do you want it to be like heavier in your favor? Like you can do a percentile die if you want.
Yes/no's fine. That's a good enough 50-50.
Okay, so yes, she listens, or
yes.
Okay, all right. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it rolled off, but yes. So Bellator starts to
trot over,
I guess, or trot over. Yeah, however Gwydion imagines it.
It's probably cautiously,
Mm-hmm.
and then you could just see Gwydion's facing Dagwood still, but he's just pulling the rope like this, and she's slowly walking through this glade now towards him. But he's like doing the task, but not paying attention to it too.
Why don't you roll me a d20? And I think her con. Man, I should have looked this up. I can't remember what animals. Con.
She has a character sheet.
Yeah, let me see if it's in there. I know a lot of times by default, like skills are 5. But let's see here.
But wait, Brine's on Bellator, right?
Yeah, so you'd have to decide if you're hopping off or not.
Exactly.
Should I do an awareness check to see if I can tell that if they're acting weird?
Well, I mean, you can see they're acting weird. You don't need to roll an awareness check. They're definitely out of character. They're out of sorts. They're lounging in this mysterious glade, seeming like they don't have a care in the world.
Yeah, we have stuff to do. Like, there's no time for this, and for some reason, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah. So Brine's a little skeptical of this.
Yeah. So you tell me first.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hop off Bellator, or do you try to pull her back? Like, what is
I will probably try to pull her back initially, but she's clearly stronger than me. If she is pulled in by the shroom glow, she'll just hop off.
Yeah. Did you roll Gwydion? Did you roll the d20 for Bellator, like her con check, basically?
I would assume she succeeded because your con score is the same as your hit points, and she has 16 hit points. So I'm assuming she has a 16 con if you were to reverse engineer it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, let's just say that. I mean, it's not like a intelligence-based kind of score anyway.
Right.
So it makes sense. Just strength or health. Yeah, so she starts to walk over. She doesn't seem to be suffering from the same drowsiness that Gwydion and Dagwood do. So are you going to then try to pull her back, Brine, in some way? Okay.
Yeah, she seems to be walking towards them, kind of trance-like.
Well, she's not actually. You notice her ears are perked up. She's kind of looking around. She seems more focused than Gwydion or Dagwood. So, I guess Gwydion, I'll have to ask you again. What would Bellator do in this situation? So,
well, now she would probably pull against me.
You think so? Okay.
I think she would, because she would, if she, kind of metagaming. But if she knew something was up, that she had to make a con roll, and she resisted something, I'd say she realizes that and is like, "Oh no, I don't want to be in here." Okay. But now she's got to beat me in a contest of strength.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I guess. How do you feel, Gwydion, if you feel some resistance?
She probably pulls me. Honestly, I'm loosey-goosey.
Okay. So do you think the rope would slip from you and just start pulling on your body?
Yeah,
lounging
I'd probably I would imagine it pulls. It's pulling through my hands, and then it stops, and I'm like, oh, and then I get pulled to the side. I flip over, and I'm just waving bye to Dagwood.
Oh no, I think that Dagwood. So he shifts the eye patch over to his other eye, and he says, "Oh, there we go." And as he sees you start getting pulled, if you were getting pulled back, he'll reach out and he'll grab onto your boot and begin getting dragged after. So Bellator is dragging you, dragging me.
Yeah.
Out of, towards the back out of the grove, I guess.
Yep.
Well, what's going to happen, I would say, is whatever the length of rope is, she'll probably go back to Brine. Unless, Brine, you keep pulling Bellator out. So depending on what you're going to do next, Brine, is, I guess, how far Bellator will pull out Gwydion and Dagwood.
Yeah, Brine doesn't. She senses that something's off, so she's gonna try to get Bellator to yank him out.
Okay. So while this is going on, Gwydion and Dagwood, please roll me another con check, this time with a Bane.
Okay.
Oof.
Who rolled a demon? Not me.
Dagwood. Okay. So Dagwood, you I guess you kind of see Gwydion rolling away, and you become physically exhausted. It's almost as if your arms weigh 1,000 pounds, and they're sinking into the ground, and it's almost like you're just like letting go, sinking into a warm bath, as you say, and even a warm bath of sand. And so you see Gwydion start to be dragged away, and Gwydion, it's almost like the efforts or the impact of you rolling across the earth kind of knocks you in your senses, and you're back in your own mind again. You're alert. You're no longer relaxed. You look around and you see everything as it is, but you no longer feel drowsy. You no longer feel the contentment you felt earlier, but you still do see Dagwood lazing under one of these giant mushrooms.
Immediately presses a hand over the missing eye.
So you look over at Dagwood, and so Dagwood has like spun, so he's like now the top of his head is facing you as he was being pulled, and his arm is out, and you can just see the eye patch is covering one of his eyes. The other eye is just kind of like looking around, and in his one hand, I think that he probably, even though he like relaxed from failing really badly at this con check, his claws kind of got into your boot and pulled it off as you were being pulled off. So one of his arm is just holding one of your boots, and you look down and you're only wearing one boot as you kind of come to your senses. So I'm just like laying on the ground, one arm outstretched, holding your boot, and just not moving.
Yeah, I know this is great. You see this, Gwydion. Also, why don't you roll me a spot hidden check as you're kind of snapping back to your senses?
All right. Skills. Spot hidden.
Whoa! Look at that, dragon! First dragon of the night. Okay, so it's almost like everything just comes in to focus, even though you're kind of preoccupied with your missing eye patch and a little frazzled. Everything is just like crystal clear around you. Your sense are heightened, and especially your vision, even though you have just one eye, and you see something over in this undergrowth, and it looks like bones.
Bones?
Bones. It looks like human bones or humanoid bones, something like that. And you also see, it looks like there's potentially something armor-like there as well, kind of draped over it. Maybe it's a chainmail. It's kind of rusted. It's tough to tell from this distance. It also looks like there might be a weapon nearby. So it looks as if it's a fallen corpse. But you see that a little bit, kind of the opposite side of the glade, Dagwood, from Dagwood.
Okay. This might be a dumb question. Have I been pulled out of the glade yet now already?
I'm gonna say, I guess that's up to you. This was all kind of a split-second thing, so I'll say you still could be in the glade seeing it, but you rolled a dragon, so you can see it even if you're outside the glade. So it's up to you how far you travel before you notice this.
Okay.
It's not a big deal.
I will kind of get bearings on myself and stand myself up.
Okay.
I have one hand over an eye that's not there. I have another hand over my mouth. Probably like I pull a rag or something from my belt, because I'm trying not to breathe in any more of this mushroom spore feel good stuff. And he's going to turn back to see Brine on the horse on Bellator, and he's going to shout out, we've got to get Dagwood out of this glade. And I think people stay here till they literally die. I think there's a corpse ahead.
Oh man, how are we gonna do that?
I will try.
You could try to lure him with food. You think that'll work?
Probably not. This area makes you not think of anything other than relaxing. Gwydion's gonna try to advance back towards Dagwood to maybe get a hold of him and pull him back.
Can I throw something out there?
Yep.
I think that since you, I'm thinking that your eye patch maybe was holding you back a little bit with a dragon for a spot hidden. Coincidence that you're not wearing your eye patch when you rolled that?
Yeah.
I mean, if I were you, I think you might want to think about letting Dagwood keep it.
You might. Oh no.
You
There it goes.
blinded yourself this entire time. You didn't even realize.
I needed that dragon too. I only have a 7 in spot hidden.
Damn. That was a slim chance.
Yeah, intelligence based. I'm not very smart.
Okay, so you're going back into the glade.
Yep.
To get Dagwood. Did you said you wrapped a cloth around your mouth or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go back in, because did you exit the glade or were you already in there?
We'll say we're so close. Like I haven't fully exited, but I definitely was dragged a good way.
Okay. So yeah, I'll say you can go back in then. You still have your wits about you. And you're gonna just go over to Dagwood and try to pull him out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna just pick him up or throw him over your shoulder or what do you? Nope. Dagwood's like nope.
I'm not picking Dagwood up.
I'm gonna try to use the rope to get him.
Oh, you're gonna tie a rope around him?
Yeah, I'll take it off myself and put it on him.
Okay. All right. While this is going on, Dagwood, why don't you roll me another con check with a bane as well?
Oh no, he's gonna get lost in the sauce.
Okay. So you can push this if you'd like as well. Otherwise, you're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Okay. So your eyelids become as heavy as your arms, and you can do nothing but let them close completely, and you are fast asleep.
Oh, this makes this easier.
Yeah, it does make it easier, actually. Okay, so Gwydion, you're going to wrap this rope around him and start dragging him out. Why don't you give me a strength check while you start pulling him out
the other end of the horse is still tied to Bellator, right?
Yeah, the other end of the horse is still tied to Bellator, yes.
Oh, okay. That's what you're doing there.
Yeah.
You're untying yourself, tying that to him, having Bellator. Okay.
Having Bellator pull it.
Yeah, I would say she doesn't need a strength check. I mean, it's pretty. I'm sure a horse can pull Dagwood out. I don't think how much does Dagwood weigh, you think?
I don't know. I don't think he's ever been weighed.
How many boxes of litter does he weigh?
I mean, I don't think he's ever seen a box of litter either.
Okay, so you coax Bellator. She drags Dagwood fast asleep. He's kind of just, it's almost as if he's being dragged through water. Like he's unfazed completely.
Right.
Every time he's hit something, he bumps into a tree, whatever it might be, he's fast asleep.
Is he just smearing mushrooms all over the ground?
Yeah, he's creating like a fungal, I guess, trough, whatever you want to call it.
Because mushrooms like squish and smear and smudge.
Yeah, so I'll just say you
Oh
get him out of
no,
the
he's
glade,
gonna be
but he is
licking that
asleep.
out of his fur and just getting high for days. It's
Okay,
awful.
well he's
Yeah,
out of the glade.
Before he wakes up, you might want to brush
What
him.
do you guys want to do now with him?
Brine, try to wake him up.
All right. I'll start off by just like whispering, Dagwood, Dagwood.
No, he doesn't respond at all. His ears don't even twitch when you whisper into them.
If you have any food on you, try putting food near his nose.
All right, I'll take a ration out and I'll kind of like hold it under his nose and see if that helps.
Not even a nostril flare.
Hmm.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
can tell he must be breathing it in. He's breathing very deeply, but he does not stir.
All right, I'll resort to violence. I'll smack his face a little.
Yeah, you smack him and still unfazed, sleeping soundly.
I don't think this is gonna work. I think he's out for the night.
Yeah, we might need to just bring him back to the suspicious folk and just let him sleep this off.
Yeah, maybe we could splash him with water.
We'll try that in the morning if he's not still awake. Or wait, what if he dies in his sleep? Because just gets worse and worse. We don't know what we're dealing with.
We better splash him with water now.
So our goal is to move him away. Let's all move away from this area, as pretty as it is. Let's not prove the two gentlemen waiting on us right, and let's leave this area for now.
So how far are you moving back to the road? Just in the forest somewhere? You're trying to find them?
We're trying to find. Yeah, we're gonna find them because we told them to like make a camp. So we'll just head back to wherever we think.
I'll say you spot a campfire burning through the trees, and you head over there, and sure enough, it is Volundrus and Ivil, with camp already set. So they don't seem to notice you as you approach. Still in the trees, but they're in a small clearing. It looks there's no giant mushrooms in this one.
Okay. Can I attempt to make a healing check to see if I understand at all what was affecting us and how to fix it if possible?
I'll give you a I'll give you like maybe
Myths and Legends?
Yeah, or a bushcraft check, something like that. Either one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say Myths and Legends. Let's just do that one. That sounds good.
That sounds good to me.
Why is it really high?
Nah.
It hung on that. It hung on that dragon for a second. I mean, it did. Success, but
I was scared.
So you have heard fairy tales, you might call them, rumors of mushrooms that look very similar to these, that basically attract people into the glade, hoping to put them to sleep. So then the fungus then consumes them while they're slumbering. As far as you know, it is a somewhat magical sleep. So it cannot be, you cannot awake anybody once they've fallen deeply into sleep, which it appears Dagwood has, by any normal means. But you do recall that this, it eventually wears off.
Okay.
After a short time. So you feel like he's probably going to be okay, just given enough time. Now that he's out of the You know, the exposure of these spores.
Well, if I have the worry that these mushrooms could be ones of fairy tales that old Mima used to tell me, I'm going to definitely try to wash us off as good as possible. We don't want any mushroom people eating spores anywhere on us left over.
Do you have water near? You don't have water nearby though, right? Are you gonna just dump out your water skin?
Well, we could do a bushcraft
Yeah.
to see if I can find water nearby.
Yeah, let's move back to the now that you guys are out of the glade, I'll move you guys back to the regular map.
And we're camping. We're going to be camping, so
Yeah. And I will turn off the lights because night has fallen. And you guys are where are you guys? Way over here. Oops. Let me zoom in.
so I just read. I was reading the comments. Grandpa's Dice Bag said we need to know more about Gwydion's missing eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
that's a good question. Joey, does Gwydion take his boot back?
takes his boot back.
Okay. Does he take his eye patch back?
Yeah, he'll take his eye patch.
Are you
back.
sure we shouldn't ask the chat if they think that you should take your eye patch back?
He'll take it back for now. He's very embarrassed without it.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you see? Like, is it just kind of a scarred, like concave eye socket, basically? Like, what does it look like?
Let's have Brine do an awareness check to see if she sees it good, because he's always kept it very secret.
Yeah, I guess you were covering
what it looks like.
Yeah, I guess you were covering it.
But if
so.
Brine passes an awareness check, we'll reveal a little bit about what his eye actually, what's up with it.
She passed.
Success. Technically, it probably should have been a spot hidden, but it's fine.
Oh, she would have failed. No, I don't know. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
No, she would have passed.
Yeah, you would have passed.
Okay, either way, it doesn't matter then. Success. So
Is there a little tiny eyeball that's growing inside of it?
It's really small.
Yeah, it's just a little baby eyeball.
oh god,
That'd be good.
I love it.
You catch probably when he goes for the boot and for the eye patch, Brine catches a glimpse of the eye, and there is an eye there, but it's like a weird yellowish color, and it looks like there's a slit, and it moves rapidly a little bit, but he quickly puts the eye patch back on and
weird.
covers it up.
Okay.
So imagine an eyeball that's moving in all kinds of directions.
Hmm. She's a little taken aback, but she keeps cool and doesn't let on that she saw.
Yeah.
She doesn't do the toddler stare. Like when
Just
toddlers.
Points.
Yeah, toddlers.
That's
See,
it.
you're like, is that a short joke? Yeah, toddlers just staring at anything. That's a little odd.
Yeah.
Maybe like a touch, but she thinks she played it really cool.
Okay. So you guys entering the camp that is prepared for you? I guess there's
Wonderful.
no tent, right? Because you guys had all the stuff with Bellator.
Yeah,
So
we did.
basically, you see Falundris and Ivil sitting around a fire, just squatting down there. Are you just entering, calling out to them, or are you just waiting until they hear you, or what's the idea?
But yeah, we'll call out to them.
Okay.
And Gwydion would probably, if you want me to do a bushcraft roll to set up our camp, I can.
No, it's fine. They've already done it.
So then, yeah, Gwydion, we got Dagwood on Bellator's back.
Mm-hmm.
Once we get there, I lift him off and kind of drop him to the ground because he's out. And I tell them, You were right. That was a foolish move of ours. Almost ended badly.
Flunders stands up and kind of brushes off his pants, and he kind of looks over at you. You guys are sort of, I guess you guys, the fire is splashing onto you, so he can see you fine. And he notices that yeah, I guess, where is Dagwood? Is he slung over Bellator? Is he like?
He's on the ground now.
He's on the ground now.
Yeah.
And he looks at all of you, then he focuses on Dagwood and. So what happened out there? What's wrong with your friend? Is he hurt?
No, he's not hurt, but there's a glade of giant mushrooms, and they had a very intoxicating, sleepy effect on Dagwood here, and then myself almost. But I have a strong constitution.
I've heard such tales. It's a good thing you made it out alive. This forest is even dangerous outside of the blighted part at the center, it seems.
Yes. It would seem.
Well, we just need to set the tent up, and I think we are good for a series of watches, unless there's something else you'd like to do. Have you eaten?
We haven't eaten, have we?
No.
Nope. We haven't eaten. We're hungry.
All right, why don't you put up the tents, and Ivel and I here will get to cooking.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, so you guys get the tent set up. They cook some things. It's mostly meat. There's a couple of chunks of bread, and still it smells so good after the long road. But Dagwood, he's still slumbering, to your amazement.
No way, Bob. He's gonna probably sleep through the whole night.
So as you guys are eating, you guys are breaking bread together, sharing this meal. Flundra says, well, I believe this will be our last night together, because the barrow is just on the other side of this forest here. We should reach it sometime around noon, I'd say.
Yeah. Interesting you put it that way, though. Almost as if you suspect there's no journey back. This is our last night together, you said.
Oh, that's not what I meant, friend, and not at all. I just mean the journey to endless riches, where you and us, we will be. We can probably call a caravan back to pick us up. We might not even have to walk back. We'll be that rich, I assure you. That's all I meant. I didn't mean anything ill by it.
I'm going to use an ability that I haven't used in a while.
The insight one?
The insight one.
The insight.
So I could just pretty much tell if you are telling the truth. Can't tell exactly what you're lying about. We kind of learned so players out there, viewers.
Yeah, go ahead.
To meta this, you gotta not let them talk too much. That way you don't have a whole table of options that they could be lying about. You gotta be like, I use insight now.
Well, you have to actually roll, by the way. So it's if you talk a while with another person, you can roll awareness to determine whether that person is telling the truth. You cannot tell exactly what a person is lying about, though. So I still need an awareness check from you.
I succeed.
Okay, success. So, yeah, you feel... He said a few things to you.
Yeah.
One of those things feels like it's not truthful. So he is not speaking the complete truth.
All right,
you can't identify exactly what it was he was being untruthful about.
Oh, shit. So like I legit forgot most of what he said.
Well, the first thing he said was that this might be this is going to be our last night together because
Right.
the barrow is very close.
Yeah.
He also said, and you countered with, that sounds like there's no journey back. And he was saying that you and him and Ivo will be rich beyond your wildest dreams, may be able to even call back or send someone back for a caravan or something like that.
All right.
So he said a few things.
The only thing I know.
And he also
is true.
denied that this is your last night together. So he denied that too.
Yeah. So the only thing I know that is true is that we're close to the barrows because it's on our map.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he's not lying about that. But now we got a little bit of a paradox thing because if he's either telling the truth that it's our last night together, or he's lying about that last thing you just said where oh man, this is tricky. I don't trust him. I just don't trust them at all.
I think that's why it says you have to talk to somebody for a while, because then you could just ask them a question and then immediately use the ability, which would be pretty game breaking. You still have to roll, but also it would be too easy.
Well, I like it this way because I'm not sure what they're lying about.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
exactly.
sure they're
it makes sense.
I'm pretty sure he's lying about most of the end of it. I think Gwydion is going to keep in his heart that when he said that it was their last night together, that's because there's no intention of us going back with them. He's holding on to that like it's the gospel truth. So he leans down towards Brine and he like bumps his elbow to her. I don't know about this.
Well, real quick, you guys are kind of all sitting pretty close together around a campfire.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Are you just gonna lean over and? I mean, you could whisper this, of course, but they're gonna.
It would
see
look
it.
very suspicious.
Yeah,
exactly.
Philandris is like, don't know about what.
Don't know about
yeah,
what.
exactly.
I'll be like, Brine, let's go collect some more firewood. We'll need more for breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, good idea. I'm sure.
And he'll turn to the two guys. We're gonna be doing a big breakfast tomorrow, right?
Always.
Okay.
Dagwood's gonna be hungry.
Yeah, he will. We better collect some big pieces of firewood to make sure we can stoke a fire hot enough to cook all the food he'll eat.
All right, then be careful because there could be other glades out there with mysterious mushrooms.
We won't wander far. Virgil, you stay company with Dagwood, please.
He goes, "Oh yeah, I'll be right here." I don't know, something like that.
That's a Kermit the Frog right there. Okay.
Oh yeah. Can't remember how it goes.
It's like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Okay, so yeah, Virgil's here.
Yep.
Dagwood's asleep. Okay.
All right, so me and Bran will scuttle off into the woods.
All right.
All right. Legit, I pick up, like, as we're walking and strolling through these woods a little bit, I pick up a piece of wood and I hand it to her. Pick up another piece of wood, I hand it to her. I'm just going to be stacking these pieces of wood into her hands as we're walking and talking. So just keep that picture in your mind.
Mm-hmm. Soon it's like, you can't see.
Yeah, you can't see your face. But Gwydion says, Brine, I do believe these men intend on either abandoning us or killing us at these old barrows.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely don't trust them.
We have to make a decision before we make back to camp. Do we do something about them tonight and assume we are correct? Or do we see how it plays out and react instead of act upon our suspicions?
This is a really good question because we were ambushed last time.
Yep.
And that went very poorly.
Very poorly.
So we could just kill him right now. But we are a Dagwood short, so it might be a little difficult.
Could be. And we also have Virgil to think of. He's not maybe going to understand.
Yeah, true. It might not look good. It might not be a good first impression.
What if, because you're sneaky,
Yeah.
what if you kill them when one of them's asleep?
Okay.
And then when it's done, wake me up.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll kill the second one, because I'm sure the other one will wake up. And then we'll kill the other one while everyone else is asleep. And then we'll just say it was mushroom goblins in the morning or something like that.
Oh, wow.
We'll frame them. We'll frame the kill as something else killed them. And we'll take the secret to our graves, which might be tomorrow. Because the barrows look dangerous. Do you know what a barrow is, Brine?
I don't.
It's where dead things stay.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay, so you want me to kill him first?
Yeah. Kill the big one in its sleep.
Okay.
And then we'll kill the talkative one.
And this will be our secret till we die.
How does I'm just curious, how does Brine feel about this?
She's
is she like,
saying it
"Yeah,
out
let's do
loud
it"?
to to see how she feels.
Because I mean, you guys are basically plotting murder, so I'm just curious, like,
yeah.
what?
So she's more hesitant than him because he's very violent and prone to doing not so smart things. So she's she's acting like she's on board, but she's really thinking it through.
You could, if you want to. I mean, we could do an opposed roll, like a persuasion.
That's true.
See if Brine is, if Gwydion is communicating enough to convince Brine of this.
Yeah, because she also doesn't trust these guys, and the last time we got ambushed, her friend died, so she's also kind of a little susceptible to the persuasion.
Yeah. And Gwydion's also more paranoid than usual because of also the same reasons. She doesn't want to lose anybody again. Not if it can be helped.
Right.
And these guys rub him the wrong way bad.
Yeah. But they could just be planning a surprise party for us.
Well, Brine, I wouldn't think that, but they could be innocent. You're right. And when he says that, you notice he kind of winces in pain slightly, and he puts his hand on that eye patch and rubs a little bit.
She'll take note of that. You all right?
Yes, it just hurts. I think I got mushroom dust in there or something.
Make sure to wash that out.
I will.
So to murder or not murder?
I think it'd be interesting to just let Jess decide when the time comes, because I kind of purposely put it where it's up to her to initiate it. I'll be asleep, so like I'll do my watch first, and then I'm relying on her to do the deed, wake me up, and then we finish them off. So we can just see what she chooses to do.
Yeah, it's up to Brine how you think. I mean, think about your character, what she's done in her past, and how willing she'd be just, to go along with this versus something like that would require a role where Gwydion would be persuading her to do something. Because these guys, technically, they may seem a little sus, but they've never done anything that they haven't stolen from you. You haven't caught them like almost killing anybody. They haven't led you astray. They cook good food. So just think of it in that context.
There's been a lot of like suspicious like whispering and like rifling through our bags and stuff.
Yeah.
But they haven't actually done anything. It's tricky.
And they never will.
Essentially.
These comments are great tonight.
I know, I gotta read these comments here. What do we got going on? Do it! Do it!
Do it.
Emperor's voice. There you go, that's it. It's Brine time. Gwydion might trip while sneaking up from behind. Yeah,
they're just good old weird dudes.
That's Matt. What's happening? Paranoia sudden happens.
Yeah, my favorite one is what has happened? We started this episode so happy and peaceful.
I like Matt's hashtag baby demon eye.
Yeah, baby demon eye.
Yeah, I know everything started out really really peaceful, and I mean, as far as Dagwood knows, he's still at peace. He's dreaming of whatever it is he dreams about.
Oh man, Das just makes a good point. Wait until Ivel makes breakfast.
Yeah, I know.
That is a good point.
Wait. I have an idea.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you know how Dagwood is passed out, and he would have stayed over there until we had to drag him out.
Yes.
Do you think there's a way we could get these guys over in that field so we don't have to kill them, but we can incapacitate them?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So we get all these goods, and then they'll be asleep, and we'll drag them out, and then we'll get to safety before they wake up.
Yes, we could. Because I did see something quite interesting while I was in that glade, but I didn't want to linger to investigate it, but it's there. There's potentially treasure in that glade to be had. Perhaps we could trick them.
Are there any errant shrooms on Dagwood?
Probably
there's
not.
probably some smears of things maybe, but not like whole mushrooms, I wouldn't say.
How close are we to
Definitely like yellow, like spores, almost like I thought of if anybody's ever seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, whenever they're in the flower and they get the pollen all over them.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
like big globs of pollen. I'm guessing that there's chunks of spore all caught in his fur, and
Yeah.
Damn it, Matt. Now I want Oreos. Because I love the Oreo scene in that movie. They just take out globs of frosting and eat it.
Oh no, oatmeal cream. The oatmeal cream.
The oatmeal cookies, right?
Yeah, that's right. It was. I remember it was white cream though. Yep.
Yeah.
How close are we to the glade currently?
I'd say, I mean, you could walk over there probably with like 30-minute walk, maybe 20 to 30-minute walk, a couple stretches.
Okay.
I could try to talk them into getting treasure with us. You want to go that route?
Or we could collect some mushrooms and slip them in their breakfast.
Hmm.
I don't know if it works that way, but
That's a good point. We don't know if it works that way. We do know that going into the glade definitely gets you.
yeah.
And
just
these
have
are
it-
NPCs. Their con must be low. They'll never make it out.
But how do we get them in there?
We taunt them with treasure. We taunt them with the idea of, what if me, you, and the two of them split this treasure privately? We don't tell Virgil or Dagwood about it.
Hmm. Mushroom treasure? We tell them there's mushroom treasure?
Well, we'll tell them that there's treasure in the mushrooms
Mm.
and that
Okay.
we have a good plan. I have plenty of rope. We'll tie a rope to you and both of them and have all three ropes connected to Bellator, who I'll be handling because she'll only listen to me. Wink, wink. And when you guys are out, I'll cut their ropes. I'll pull you out. And we'll just leave them there.
Okay. I like it. I like it better than murder a little bit. Just don't cut the wrong rope.
I would never.
I like Mini Warma says, you all having a Goodfellas moment. Just don't stand on the plastic.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I know.
Yeah, maybe
it's
we
like, this
grab
is the
it.
premeditated murder episode, basically.
Yeah, we should really be playing Delta Green.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
Mm.
I feel like Landers. Nah.
Yeah, they might not even go for it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have
I
to.
know.
You guys remember you did tell them sort of. We found this glade and it was all wild and crazy and Dag was asleep, so it's not like
Well, I got this covered.
you got it. Okay.
You got
She
it,
has
Scott.
like -10 charisma, but she's got this covered.
I mean, I'm not lying. There is something there to be found. I did see it. I'm really curious what it is.
We can just we can act as though we're confessing something. We were gonna hide it from them, but they've been such gracious hosts, making us breakfast and such. We felt guilty, and it really wasn't that bad. And there was treasure over there, and we would like to share it with them as a
That's
thank
a
you.
good idea. That's a great idea.
Cut to Ivel and Philandris like sitting next to the fire, next to sleeping Dagwood, and they're like, "Have we been coming off kind of creepy? I hope not. I really like these guys. I'm glad we met them. Maybe after after this is over, we can like join up and become like a real party."
Oh, that would be so.
Hey, we're not
sad.
killing them.
So speaking of which, Dagwood, you wake up. You open your eyes. The warmth from the glade is now replaced by the warmth from a campfire, and you see Philandris and Ivel sitting across the fire from you, Virgil sitting next to you. The last thing you remember is being in this glade, absolutely content. But you don't see Gwydion or Brine anywhere.
Is anybody talking as I kind of lay there and I crack my eyes open and see all this?
Yeah, you hear some hushed tones between Philandris and Ivel.
Could I make a listen roll to see if I can catch any word or
why
anything?
don't you roll me like an awareness check, and we'll see if you can overhear anything. Virgil's kind of poking at his plate of food. He's pretty quiet guy, so he's letting them converse. Okay, you succeed. You hear pieces about. They talk about Bellator. They talk about the packs. You hear just snippets of things among the crackle of the fire. You can't capture full sentences. You see a lot of head shaking. Falundrus will say something to Ivel as an idea, and then Ivel shakes his head. Ivel remains quiet for the most part. Falundrus is doing all of the talking. But yeah, they're talking about Bellator. They're talking about the packs. They're talking about the barrow. They're talking about, they say, the best time. You hear that. You hear also too many. You also hear sharpen your knife.
I said I'm killing him.
You don't hear this.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Dagwood is still. I think I don't know if. Do you think he would snap right out of this, like he'd be just fine, like normal, or would this be like an effect that slowly is like wearing off of him?
Yeah, you still feel a little drowsy, I'll say. You know, your body feels heavy still. You're awake though. You're still comfortable. Getting up is a little bit of an effort if you'd like to, like sitting up.
I think that he just lays there. His eyes are kind of he's kind of cracked open, and he's like listening, and he's kind of observing, and he's kind of wondering. Because I'm not sure that he would remember what happened in the grove once it kind of took him. So he maybe is trying to think of like how he got here, why he's laying down, and why he's kind of, you know, kind of just in a almost like waking from a dream. And so yeah, I don't think he gets up. I don't think he tries. I think he just like is just lays there and is like listening. And Virgil isn't taking part in this
no, he's not,
conversation.
He's not, but right after Falundrus says sharpen your knife, he turns to Virgil. Hey, I hear you're a blacksmith of sorts. By the look of you anyhow, you don't happen to have a whetstone, do you? And he says, I don't know, does he? Let me see. Let me check his sheet. Just to make sure it's accurate. Inventory.
Blacksmithing tools, probably.
Yeah, he's got blacksmithing tools, so yeah, I'll say it does. Do you mind if I borrow it? Or my friend here, Ivel, he needs to sharpen his blade. Get some more kindling on the fire. All this wood over here is wet, and well, your companions aren't back with wood, and the fire's dying. And so Virgil agrees, hands over the whetstone. You see Ivel, you know, starting to sharpen his blade. Sparks are flying off. You, of course, hear this and see this. Well, hear it at least, Dagwood. And then he starts cutting some of the wood that you guys have, like trying to cut away. Looks like he's trying to cut away the wet pieces to get the dry parts. And then starts tossing those drier pieces onto the fire, and it starts to coax it back to life. And then he says, "Thanks, friend," and he hands the whetstone back to Virgil.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think that Dagwood would take any type of action yet. I think that he's thinking about what he also does not trust these two. He definitely has seen the suspiciousness and them, although maybe not as large a degree as Gwydion and Brine. But he also has the death of Magnus like very fresh on his mind, and about like losing another companion. I think would be I don't think he could think of anything worse than that. So I think he realizes that nobody's paying attention to him, and that he is maybe overhearing possible like plots against them. So at this point, I think he is trying to act as though he is still sleeping, to see if he can get as much information, and kind of he's very aware of them talking, and that Brine and Gwydion are not there, and that he might have overheard some sort of plot against them and against our group.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. You caught snippets of words. You caught sharpen your knife, but then immediately you saw that he asked Virgil for the whetstone, and sharpened his knife to cut out some, little pieces of dry wood to keep the fire stoked. And Virgil's also within earshot. He's just kind of keeping to himself. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to tell. You just caught pieces or fragments of speech, but nothing definitive as far as kill them tomorrow.
Right. So yeah, it sounds like he could have. It could be taken both ways. Yeah. So coming from somebody who he trusted completely, if it had come from Brine and Gwydion's talking, then it would have been innocent. It would have been just get ready or whatever. But coming from them, his kitty senses is tingling. So he's gonna lay there, not move. If they think he's still sleeping, then he's going to act like he is until there's a reason for him to come out of it. But his being a thief, he realizes kind of the advantageous position he's in right now, where nobody's watching him and nobody's afraid of him right now, and he's thinking about ways to use this to his advantage.
Okay. All right, I guess we'll go back to Gwydion and Brine. What are you guys up to now?
Well, she's piled up with wood for sure. Yeah. I probably have my own smaller stack of wood in my hands, and I say I like your idea a lot, Brine.
Thank you.
Let's go with your idea. You're smart.
All right, so tomorrow morning during breakfast, we let him know.
Yeah. But we got to keep a close eye on them tonight.
True, because they might try to kill us. If they do, we kill them.
That's fair.
All right.
And then we'll
sleep with your sword close.
I always do. And we'll head back to camp.
Okay. Head back to camp. I guess Dagwood, are you hear footsteps coming through the forest into the encampment? Are you making yourself known, or are you just kind of still playing pot dead, or? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I have not moved anything except for my eyes fluttered whenever I was first waking up, but I did not move at all. So as far as anybody looking, I would be in the same position that I was when they left.
Okay. So Philandrus stands up as you guys enter the encampment. Well, looks like you got your fair share. Ivel over here was running out of dry wood, so I had to cut a few pieces. But, let's hope that what you found is less moss laden, so to speak. Bring it over. I mean, man, whatever happened to your friend, he is out.
Yes, the effect of some of the mushrooms in the glade didn't seem as though it was dangerous, but
Yeah, but he's a hungry guy. Sometimes he eats the wrong thing, you know what I mean?
That can be dangerous eating things out in the wild. You might want to keep a closer eye on him. He does have quite the appetite.
Indeed. Not all mushrooms are good for you.
No. Well, and he brushes his hands off and who has first watch?
Good question.
Let me take it. Let me offer. You guys have had a very long day. A little side quest, if you will. So I would be happy to watch over everything and all of us.
How long, when we do watches, I'm sorry to halt the game like this. This is what I'm doing. How long is the watch?
Well,
how many
a
watches?
Shift, yeah,
does it
so it's you guys are sleeping for, I guess, a little over a shift. I think someone corrected us in Dragonbane rules where you can travel up to 2 shifts, and there's 2 more shifts, meaning the 3rd shift is like setting camp and probably partially sleeping. I would imagine you guys are sleeping probably 6 to 8 hours.
Right.
If I had to guess. So that means that among 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 people, you guys are going to get more time to sleep. Because they also offered, they would take more of your watch time. So if you guys want to sleep more hours.
Well, we do sneaky watches.
That's true.
Which is
so
why
basically, what I would say is, since you're doing sneaky watches, it'd probably be like a normal length of a watch if you guys didn't have these 2 guys.
Right.
We could just say it like that, because they would be taking some of your time normally.
Yeah.
You're not giving it, or you're not letting them take it.
I look at which
you're
one
thinking
is...
like 4 watches, 2 hours each in the span of a shift.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If there are 4 people.
Yeah,
Right,
that's 4 people, so there's 2 more. So it'd be more like, yeah, but again, they're going to be taking more, so I don't know, you could just say like an hour each.
Right. So I always forget their names. Which one is the talkative one?
That's Philandris.
Philandris. So
He's the kind of taller, lanky one.
Gwydion will say, Philandris, because we are so close to the barrows, I feel a little unease. I think as you take first watch, I will also watch with you. The more pair of eyes we have securing our perimeter, the better I feel for the safety of all of us. We'll be taking double watches tonight, I think. There's no telling what might creep out of the barrow.
He looks at you a moment quietly, and it's almost like he's chewing on the inside of his cheek or some food that he didn't quite swallow down.
Gwydion's just
pondering
staring him
something.
down with that one eye, and he's like, say something sus, bitch. Say something suspicious. I dare you. I dare. This is a good idea. You know it. Don't even object.
And he says, whatever you say, boss.
But he's like, damn. Wanted a reason to kill him.
Dang.
On the spot.
Gwydion is bloodthirsty.
He is. Right now. He's
Okay,
really
so
angry.
then-
Remember how he gets violent when he's angry?
Yeah.
He's really, really, really pissed off.
Why is he pissed off?
Because his eye patch was gone.
Oh, okay.
Yep. He's really upset that someone could have seen his eye. He thinks no one saw it, but he's very upset, very violent.
That's the only thing Dagwood remembers from the Grove. He got a good look at it.
Yeah, you would have. You would have gotten a really good look at it. That's a good point.
Okay, so first watch is Gwydion and Philandris.
Yes.
All right, so everybody else beds down. I guess you leave Dagwood where he is, or are you going to drag him to the tent, or what's the plan?
We'll leave him where he is. He's happy.
Okay. And Dagwood, what are you doing? Are you just lying there still?
Just lying there. Yeah,
Okay.
listening to the woods, listening to the forest around them. His belly's probably growling a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say the food does smell good, and you have not eaten.
Yeah, but he's a professional.
Okay, fair enough.
Probably listening to me and Philendrus just talk about stuff.
Yeah, and I think at this point I know Gwydion pretty well, and I can probably maybe hear an edge in his that maybe Philendrus does not catch. So even more reason to not reveal. I mean, he's a even if he's not going to admit it at this point, he is a world-renowned thief. He's the greatest thief and assassin in the world. Everybody says so, and he understands the position that he's in. Everybody thinks he's sleeping. Nobody's looking at him. Nobody's suspecting him.
It's good.
Okay. So everybody beds down. Is there anything, Brine, you want to do before you go to bed?
Brine will she'll hold her dagger. She'll just like have it at the ready.
Okay. So you go in the tent. Ivil, he finds somewhere to lay down outside in his little sleeping roll or sleeping fur. He's kind of leaning up against a tree, very similar to how you saw him, I think one of the first nights anyway, using some roots as a pillow. And Philendrus, he takes a seat around the fire. What is Gwydion doing?
Probably just picking at his plate of food, whatever it was that was made, and being quiet for the most part. He always has come off as grumpy to these two, for sure, because he kind of always does. But Dagwood is right. If you knew him well enough, you could tell that he's a little more edgelord than usual.
Okay. So, Philendrus, I guess you see him from the corner of your eye, observing you nonchalantly. And he stands up. Well, Sir Knight, I think I'm gonna take a walk around the camp. We are very close to the barrow, as I mentioned, and sometimes there are spirits who may wander freely, so I will leave you to your thoughts.
Good at fighting spirits, are you? What do you have if you run into one?
Well, I have my mouth to scream for help, of course, because, as you can see, I am no warrior.
That's what I'm worried about. I don't know if it's a good idea for you to wander. We're so close to danger. Potentially. Would you not rather us just stay here and keep each other company?
Oh, well, you seemed quiet and wanted to be alone with your thoughts, so I thought it best that you keep an eye on things here, close, and I take a little bit of a walk. Does that defend you, Sir Knight?
Gwydion will draw his sword out, and he'll
Oh, shit.
start inspecting it.
Okay.
And can we say that, like, they placed the whetstone that they used to sharpen their knife down, and Virgil hadn't picked it up or anything? So I'm going to pick that whetstone up and just start sharpening my blade with it.
Okay. Since Virgil isn't here, I don't know how precious he is with this stuff, so yeah, we'll just say that he left it on the ground.
Oh, he's a worker. He leaves his tools fucking everywhere. Trust me. So Gwydion's sharpening this blade.
Okay.
And he says, I would like to apologize to you. I feel like I've been a little bit rough around the edges towards you. It's just this place. It does things to your mind, to your spirit. This place has been a heavy burden on us, all of us. We've lost people. We've encountered people who we could not save or help. Sometimes the hopelessness really gets me down. And I'm afraid I wear it on my pauldrons too much.
That is understood. I mean, I can tell by the look of you, by the sight of you, that you have been through things, let's say. I know you lost your friend recently. I know how that feels. Granted, I don't know what he meant to you, but I'm sure it meant a lot. And
He did.
The road has been long, and that wears on one's soul. Whittles you down, you might say. But I would say everything you feel right now, hold it close to your chest, for tomorrow might bring more challenges. Where we go is it's a dire, dark place.
Gwydion will nod his head, finishes sharpening his blade, and he says, all I know is no matter who it is, what it is, I cannot let something hurt my companions again. And he'll just be blunt with a sharp blade in his hand. I don't trust you or your friend. I have a sense for treachery. I know it when I see it, when I hear it, when I feel it. As long as you do nothing to us, I will not kill you. But just know that for the past several nights, I've thought about killing you every single night. And the only reason why I haven't was because I like my friends to like me. And I don't think they would approve of me killing you without proper reason. But in this dangerous place, I'm here to kill demons. And anything else that's bad. You just feel bad to me.
So
And that's all.
He stands there. I'm actually going to roll a will check. I guess we'll just say his, I can't remember what generic NPCs are, but let's say it's less than 10, or like, oh, yeah, let's just say 10.
Oh man, Dassa said I should have shown him my eye. I should have. That would have been sick.
Oh, a 3. Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on you.
But not really well, because it goes everywhere.
Yeah, it goes every direction. All right, he rolled a 3, so he listens to you calmly, unblinking, taking in every word you say, not looking down to the sword that you have drawn, but always never losing eye contact. And he just says calmly, understood.
And then Gwydion will go on the rest of the watch, not saying anything.
Just quiet? Okay.
Just quiet. Just wanted him to know he doesn't trust him.
So he gets up. Well, he was already up, sorry, but he doesn't sit back down around the fire, but he also doesn't go on his little watch. He goes a little bit away from the fire, leaning up against a tree, looking everywhere but at you.
I got him. That's what I do when people make me nervous.
You intimidate him?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is I told him the truth.
You
Gwydion
did.
has been wanting to kill him for a while.
That wasn't even intimidation. That was just like how you feel.
Yeah. Let's talk about feelings.
Real quick, I think that real quick, I just think that while this was happening, if there was a camera like filming this shot between the two of them, I think at some point it cuts over to Dagwood as his his eyes are kind of cracked. You can see just the yellows of his eyes kind of like looking, and his paw is like on the hilt of his blade and just holding there. And as this finishes and he gets up and walks away, he like lets go of it and kind of relaxes again. And it's the only movement that he's made so far is to move his hand over close to the hilt of his midnight dagger. And like the glow of the purple, just a slit of it as it started to come out of the sheath, and then he dropped it back in, and like then remains like silent and still laying on the ground.
Okay.
Badass.
So the rest of your watch goes uneventful. It's in silence, just the crackle of the campfire. And who is going to be up next?
Brine.
Yeah.
So I'll go over. I'll nudge Brine awake. Brine, I threatened to kill him. I didn't do it, though. I didn't kill him. I just let him know that I was capable and willing to. So I hope that will deter them from doing anything.
Or encourage them to do it right away. But okay, good to know. Thank you.
I mean, the suspense is gone either way. Either they're going to try to kill us tonight right away, like you think, or they just don't do it at all. I don't think they will. And I'm not... I think now they have to calculate what they can't see, but with just telling them blatantly that I would kill them, that's half of the fight is winning the mind over. And I've definitely done that. He thinks he's done that. I don't know for sure if he has as a player, but Gwydion thinks he's got the mental edge over this guy.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to bed now. And he plops down.
Okay.
He is tired.
So what is Brine up to?
Is it just Brine, or is the other guy taking a watch too?
No, so Ivel and Philandrous, I guess, are you exiting the tent?
She's gonna start off by doing a sneaky watch.
Well, I guess what was communicated, so that's going to be the main factor, because...
Oh, that's true. He did...
Yeah.
I guess Gwydion already said we're going to be doing double watches. So she'll come out of the tent.
Okay. So, you come out of the tent, and...
She still has her dagger on her.
Yeah, Philandrous briefly looks at you and gives you a nod, doesn't say anything else, though, and walks over to the tree that Ivel's slumbering under, and lays down himself and pulls his sleeping fur up to his chin and turns on his side away from the fire and you.
Okay, she'll give him a nod too, and then just go sit by the fire.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do on your watch, or just keep quiet and a lookout?
Yeah, she'll keep quiet and a lookout. She'll be trying to psych yourself up for what's going to happen tomorrow, whatever's going to happen tomorrow. But she'll keep that all inside.
Okay. So you spend the evening around the fire alone with your thoughts, and it goes past uneventful.
All right.
So I guess Virgil's next, or
yeah. Well,
I'll say that as your watch ends, Ivil, he kind of stirs and gets up, meticulously folds his sleeping fur up, or rolls it up, I should say, and walks over to the fire. And he's standing there almost like he's waiting to be invited, but he just nods to you. He doesn't say anything.
Okay. She'll nod as well, and then go back in the tent. And she's gonna wake up Virgil and ask him if he's cool to do a sneaky watch again.
Yeah, he's not here, so if you'd like him to, he can.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Ivil's back is to the tent. I'll just say you guys see what Virgil's saying since he's not here. He's quiet. He gets up after a while, walks around, but you guys see him the entire time. He doesn't move far from the perimeter of the camp. Sits back down again. Where's Bellator?
Oh, she's always like pretty much
By the
lying next to the tent. Yeah.
Okay. So
She's
yeah, he does
all rolled up.
Okay, so he does a few rounds, returns to his seat, goes over to Flundrus, wakes him up, and then he lays back down, but not sleeping. He's kind of just looks like he's relaxing. Flundrus walks over to the tent and tries to knock on it. So Virgil hears this, of course, because he's doing a sneaky watch. Oh, yeah. Does he get up or what?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So Flundrus says in a quiet voice, it's almost done. If you don't mind to take one more hour of watch, I think we will be ready to travel in the morning. And so I guess Virgil agrees.
Yeah, will he still get his full rest if he does that?
Yeah, because it's going to be basically like a normal watch. He won't just get extra rest.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what Flundrus and Ivil were saying, is they would just give you guys more sleep.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he does. And then the sun begins to rise. And I guess, what is Dagwood up to now? Does he ever get up, or is he still laying there?
So I think at some point, like if there is a point where there's like nobody around, like if there's like a pause, where like everybody's in the tent or off away a little bit, I think that he would sit up and he'll kind of like look around at everybody, and he'll kind of slowly get to his feet and make sure all of his he's fully like in like the drowsiness has kind of gone, and he kind of takes a look around the campsite, and nobody kind of notices him, and he goes and he sits down on one of the logs next to the fire and just starts kind of warming his hands, and just quietly sits there waiting for someone to come out, but he's kind of like the expression on his face is like full serious. Like he knows that today is going to be big, but like what he observed, the strangeness of the way that the watches went and the conversations that he overheard, especially the one between Gwydion and Philandrus. Like I think that there's some sort of some of the how jovial he has been up into this, like kind of carefree and not entirely serious. That's all kind of gone from his eyes, and he's like deadly serious as he's sitting there watching the fire.
Okay. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, everybody.
Woo!
So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And if you're watching the VOD, thank you guys for watching all the way to the end. Don't forget to like the stream, subscribe if you're not already, follow us on Spotify. We got our podcast going on. Thank you, Mini Warmuts, Grandpa's Dice Bag. Who else? Das is for Botan. Who else joined us?
The Goblin Tower.
Bunny Cat's like the Goblin Tower. I think that's it.
Mini Wormut. We already said Mini Wormut.
Mini Wormut. Yeah. All right. If I forgot anybody, forgive me. Oh yeah, Jazz Rick Elf Song. I think he's gone though. But anyway. So, and thank you, Patrick, of course. Don't forget, if you won the, what was the name? Let me find it really quick. GregorHack2396, you're the winner. Contact us, archivistofadventure@gmail.com, to claim your prize, which is a book that's from a game that we have run on this channel, which are a decent amount, I would say. So, anyway... we shall see you guys next week when I think we will finally make it to the Old Barrows and see what happens next. So thank you again. I gotta find here's my end stream thing. And have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.